Broadcasting to you from a little grass shack in the middle of the Pacific.
Live in the place to be.
Well, they're actually in the Bay Area. Yes, but they are the premier Pacifica show that shines a spotlight on positive Pacific Island.
You listening to the sound.
Role models coming brown every Thursday night at 6.
East to west, we getting hurt.
Brought to you by Pacifica by Design. It's the iconic Faika Podcast with your hosts, Naki and Carl.
Naki, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
It's showtime.
I know.
You ready?
Yeah, I've been ready 11 minutes ago. One day we're going to start on time. There you go.
We can only hope.
We can only hope.
Season 7, episode 4, I believe. We're only 4 in. I'm already miscounting. What are we going to talk about today? Today, we are going to talk about Avatar, The Way of Water. Naki and I went to see this movie, month ago? Almost a month ago? What do you think?
Maybe December. Or January. Maybe January.
Yeah. So we went to go see it. Empty theater. There was nobody there. So we're going to talk about Avatar, The Way of Water. There's obviously some cultural issues in there that we're going to chat through. We're going to talk about William Tongi, the Tongan singer that was on American Idol that brought the judges to tears. Yeah, there he is right there.
I love it.
I think anybody who's seen it, including the judges, were extremely moved by his story. And then you put a story together with the voice was truly amazing. And then we're going to talk about Mac McClung. So Mac McClung, I would say, saved the dunk contest. That thing was boring. It was, I don't know, just year after year, it was just flat. And so he did some amazing things over All-Star Weekend. We'll talk a little bit about that. We've got community announcements coming up. Actually got a few of those today. And we got our check-ins. That's the show today, Season 7, Episode 4. Naki, what's up?
I love that. So nice.
The big screen back
there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm still on sinus day 57. That's a random number. Oh, Lent yesterday. So everybody in my family picked something that they were giving up for the holiday. Mo gave up rice, so he's a big salad eater now.
Did you fill that in with like potatoes or other stuff, or is he just that same diet, just no rice? I think
potatoes and like he's eating cornbread today. Ooh. So yeah, just not rice.
Cornbread. Do you all like sweet cornbread or plain cornbread?
Any kind of cornbread.
Not a cornbread connoisseur?
I am. That's what I'm saying. Any kind of cornbread. Sweet.
I don't like the sweet cornbread.
Yeah. Any
I mean, I'll eat it. If there's cornbread, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
But.
No, you eat whatever somebody puts in front of you, whether you like it or not.
What are you talking about, Willis? I don't know about all that.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I'm not. I was thinking of giving up sweets, and I actually said it, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to give up anything.
Whoa.
I'm not sure. I just know I'm not very successful at these things, especially since I'm picky. I'm not really picky.
How about wine? Give up wine and champagne.
I don't even drink that, but yes.
No, I'm trying to help you out here.
There you go. I'm going to give up wine and champagne. No, I don't know. I'm still thinking. I said sweets, so I didn't have anything sweet today.
Yeah. They still.
No, I haven't had anything. Yeah, I'm going to make it.
So there you go. You're on you got a little something going on.
But I have a sweet tooth, so I don't know how long that's going to last. I cave really easily, so there you go. I don't know. Behind the Lava was on a couple of weeks ago. And
a huge response for that.
Huge response.
Big following.
Michael Tan, if he's there was like I'm going to go look. But there was like 46, no, how much? Well, it reached 46 and there was like, I don't know.
We reached like 70,000.
17,000 views. Like, what the heck? So they are follow them on Instagram. It's a new podcast. They've been out for a year, so go follow them. But
and check out that catalog, by the way. When you look at that catalog, they're fearless.
Yeah.
There's not a topic that they won't address. They will not. There's nothing that, and we talked to them about that. Is there anything you wouldn't talk about? And it was like,
no,
we haven't found it yet. Like, there's nothing that we've said, ooh, we can't talk about that.
I like them. And then, so I just said that because it popped into my head.
I was wondering where that came from.
It just popped into my head, but they did a great job. Anyway, go check them out on Instagram and follow. And then this week on Tuesday, I was off because a dear friend of mine, Danny Lay, graduated from the Popo Academy. And I went to the...
Isn't that cool? You get to be around the police and not worry about getting arrested?
Yeah. I had to send them your way. But my dear friend, Danny, graduated from the Popo Academy. And he and I worked together when I was in the Popo department and I, in a different Popo department. And we used to work 12-hour shifts. And so I would literally spend 12 hours with him and we would just like talk about everything and anything.
I mean, between working your butts off and, working all 12 hours. No.
We would just talk the whole 12 hours. And he was really close to his mom. And so she passed away. And so, it was like just watching him go through. But anyway, he graduated from the academy. And like a bunch of our friends were there. His girlfriend was there. And then his dad got to pin him. So you get your badge and your credentials, and then you pick a family member to pin your badge on you. So he got his dad is so sweet. So very nice man. And so while I'm there, because I was late, of course, and all my friends, most of my friends were already seated. And when you go to a Popo graduation, they do a inspection. A uniform inspection. So that was happening outside while everybody was inside, but they had it up on the big screen. And I just happened to catch the inspection. And so I'm sitting outside and I see the Samoan family across the way. I can tell they're Samoan, but my vision is bad, so I can't really see that well. And so then I'm like, they look over and they smile, and then I smile. And then it starts going when they're done with the inspection, they say, everybody can go in. And then they start to walk towards me. And then I said, hey, and then I see Mia, Ngao. Well, she's married now, but she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing here? So her cousin graduated from the Popo Academy. And so it was so good to see them because they go to Emmanuel
Church in San Lorenzo.
In San Lorenzo. And so their whole family was there. So then I go inside.
Big family.
It's a big family. So I go inside and I text my friends and I go, hey, where are you guys at? And they go, oh, we're up. When you come in, go up. We're right on the top. And then the Ngao family were sitting like right at the bottom, like a million of them. And then they were on the side. You could see where all the polys were. And so then when they were giving their badges or stuff like that, they called his name, and every chuhu, every faumu, and everything was going off for like 5 minutes. And then, of course, I was chuhuing, and we were laughing and stuff like that. My coworkers are like, "The hell are you doing?" And then when Danny went up, we were all cheering and everything. And because I guess Mia's family seen that I was chuhuing, they started cheering for Danny. So it was really sweet. Aww. It was such a great, that was my first, was that my first police academy graduation that I went to? And I loved it. It was crowded, lots of popo. You would be uncomfortable there.
Who are you talking about?
Because of
you
your
had to
background.
Go join the police department to hide from them. So you could be right next to them.
Because of your background. It was good to see everybody. So I was so proud of him, and I was hugging him and crying, and I was telling him how proud his mom was. And then he sent me this really sweet note, text message that I just started crying. He's such a nice person, just such a nice person. He's like, I know he's young. He's in his 30s.
Ooh, just a kid.
He's just a
Just a kid.
baby. He's just a baby. So I'm like his auntie mom kind of thing. And so everybody at work calls me auntie. So yeah, I guess I'm like his auntie. And so
It's okay. You're
yeah.
auntie.
Yes,
auntie.
he's such a nice kid. So I'm so happy for him. Now he has to go through, I think, 6 months of FTO, which is field training something.
Officer.
Yeah.
He has FTO for a while.
So for 6 months, and he's like, okay, I'll let you know when I make it through FTO. But I was like, if you made it working with us, it's going to be a walk in the park. So yeah.
So what department is he on?
Sunnyvale.
Sunnyvale.
Yeah, Sunnyvale.
Well, congratulations.
So, yeah. So Sunnyvale is so lucky because he's a really good guy. He's a really good popo. And Officer Ngaoteote is so lucky. And congratulations to the Ngaoteote family. It's so special and so amazing to see these young men. One guy, they had mentioned him, other people too, but one guy they mentioned his dad had passed away in the beginning of the academy, and he just trucked on through and made it through, and so everybody was cheering for him. So, yeah, it was. I loved it. That was the highlight of my week. I mean, besides family stuff, but that made my week. That was a feel good thing.
We came across the Ngaoteote family when we were very young in PBD's development. We had driven up to the church for a community event. They're having the Biggest Loser of weight loss event at their church, and they were trying to promote it. And Naki and I went, and we parked literally right across the street. You could see people starting to line up, and we were like, well, we don't see Neo because we were supposed to meet Neo Veve there.
Scary.
And we were like, do you want to go? Maybe we'll just, and we were actually going to drive off and not even go in. And we were like, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to promote these events that people are doing.
And I'm so happy that they did.
It was just open arms, open heart.
Yeah.
I love saying that. And they just had, we ended up going back, talking to their youth group.
Yes. And then they gave us a gift, which we purchased our first headphones. Our headphones were from
we still
Emmanuel.
have them.
Yes,
Right
we do. We have those.
So pair of I'm not sure, but we're never getting rid of them.
Yeah, so that church is so special to us. So yes, the Ngaoteote family, congratulations, and to my Danny, congratulations.
Nice.
So yeah, that's it. I'm still fighting this sinus thing going on. I seriously feel like I've had it for months, but that's okay. That's all right. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Let's see. So we had the show on Thursday last week.
Mm-hmm.
This is several weeks in a row. That's new for us because we haven't been.
We've been on a break.
We've been on a little break since, I don't know, the fall last year. It's been a little bit since we've had a big run of shows going. So when I say we were on last Thursday, I have to really think that through. But Friday, I had gone, I have treatment for, I am a living cancer survivor in treatment. So Friday, I had gone in for my treatment, and then I had my labs as well, and actually got the labs back Saturday morning. And if you've listened to the show, the fasting, the saunas, the float tank, all those kind of things that I've been doing, and my numbers have been awesome. Just
I know.
rock
Well, you're
solid.
doing a really good job.
And so the numbers came back Saturday. Good. Again, just, locked in. And
Awesome.
I kind of been off the reservation this week. I think I've eaten every day. Let's see. I didn't eat. So Tuesday I fasted.
Oh.
But other than that, I ate Saturday, Sunday,
well, you deserve
Monday.
it.
Yeah, it's a
treat.
Having a little week of just go ahead and eat whatever I want. Going to get back on it on Monday. But it was good to continue to get the good news with my numbers, keep those locked in. So I keep getting my minutes to make them count.
Yeah.
Let's see, on Saturday, I don't know what I did on Saturday, but on Sunday, I went to church. I went to Tomas Church in Stockton. And, it's one of those things that I never thought I would be in a Samoan church alone. I've been to plenty of Samoan services, but I never went alone. And it was one of those things. I was sitting in there when I walked through the door. I saw Tama,
huge.
and he said, he's greeted me, introduced me to the group and everything. And I just sat there, and, most of it was in Samoan. It was before the service started. But I really thought about what an amazing ride my life's been, that, here I am in a church.
I know.
I know the pastor, I know the family, just all the things that, I've been blessed with.
Who'd have thunk it, huh?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk
7 going on 8 years ago. Didn't have my hands on any piece of the culture.
Yeah.
And here I am. So
here you are, Mr. Matai.
Mr. Matai was actually
Mr. Matai
on the show today talking about mental health.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Dr.
Faleava
was on today. Really good.
He's such a good, so I love that he's very organized.
Very organized.
He was nice and clear, and
you could hear him really good. He was well lit.
He was well lit.
He had a good internet connection.
Yes.
Take note, everybody. If you're going to be on, if you're going to have a show, if you're going to be a participant, a host, a panelist, have good lighting.
Yes.
You don't need a new microphone or a good microphone, but have good audio, have a good internet connection. Don't be on your phone, be organized. All those things. Dr. Faleava was on point, and then the way that he speaks and brings across the importance of mental health, especially in our own culture, was every time he talks, it just hits home, makes sense, fielded the questions. And I even noticed that he was, I think he felt, I don't know. I think he felt a little like he was getting all the questions. So he was actually funneling some of the questions off to the other panelists. So just always does a fantastic job. So congratulations.
He did a great job.
Dr.
I forgot what the event was called, but it was a really good event, and they're going to be on, they're having this segment monthly for a while. I'm going to look for it and then I'll let you know, but it was a really good segment. It had, a bunch of people, and Mona Uli, who facilitated, was checking in from American Samoa. Nani Wilson and Lulu Masina from Essence of Mana from ours. And then, of course, our Dr. Faleava. Oh, last Saturday, I forgot to mention, I went to go have breakfast with Dr. Reno Samoa, Mr. Famous.
Another Samoan doctor.
He's a
endocrinologist.
He's an endocrinologist.
You said his intro so many times.
I know.
You're fine with that. You're fine with that.
But he was in the city for the Utopia meeting that they had Saturday at SCDC, Samoan Community Development Center, and they had a Utopia. Washington was there. Utopia.
Was
Oregon?
Taffy?
Yes, I think so.
Washington?
I believe so. Utopia, they had a big Utopia get together at SCDC, but he came in with Nick, and I didn't get to see Nick because Nick was sleeping while me and Reno were fighting.
No.
Yeah. So they were staying downtown in San Francisco, like downtown on Mason, close to Chinatown. And then we had breakfast and we caught up on everything we could think of. And he looked so good because he had some medical issues, and so
get them all taken care of.
He's
nice.
Ready to go back to work. So I was so happy to see Dr. Samoa. And if you don't know who he is, just Google him, because he's on the White House Initiative for Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander.
Wow.
Blah, blah, blah.
You got it. On President Biden's
White House Initiative. And so he's big poop. You know what I mean? He's big poop. So
did you tell him that you counted yourself blessed to be sharing, busy,
so
big
honored.
High muck?
He's big movie star, Dr. Reno Samoa. So it was really good to catch up with him. And then my driver went with me. And then after after our
She means that, by the
breakfast,
way.
after our breakfast, we went driving in the city because I love San Francisco. And it was a nice day. It was sunny. And we drove down Chinatown and all the beautiful decorations. The city is just so freaking beautiful. Early in the morning. But it was beautiful. And so anyway, I went off topic. I don't know what we were talking about. Anyway.
That's how we do. Go. That's how we do.
Yeah. So that he looks great. Our Dr. Samoa, who is one of the happy doctors and from NAOPO, National Association of Pacifica Organizations.
There you go. Look at you just rolling these things off your tongue.
I know. So there you go. And I love, So anyway, you know, I am going to be a part of this, what do you call it? What's May? May is
Asian American,
Native Hawaiian, Asian American and Native Hawaiian / Pacific Islander month.
You just got all the
I know
abbreviations.
I'm
anagrams.
going to be facilitating or emceeing or whatever the hell you call it for some real estate muckety thing. I'll give you details, but
how'd you get Razoo? I mean, how'd you get into
my niece's company.
Oh, nice.
I got, so it's about real estate and why PIs or how easy it should be for PIs to purchase homes, but it's just not knowing or process. Being educated and being not knowing about resources that are available to you. And so what I love about NAOPO is that they have data up the yin yang, like way up the yin yang.
That's a lot of data if it's up the yin yang.
It's up the yin yang. It's a lot of data, but I was curious as to how many Pacific Islanders buy homes in California.
You're a Pacific Islander homeowner.
Yes, I am. And so are you. And so I was asking, of course, the queen of all data, Dr. Nia Aitsaoto, who is the queen of everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's not just the queen of data. Yeah. She is the queen of the world.
Yeah. And so she said 22% of NHPI households own homes compared to 53% of white households. That 22%. 22%. That's okay, right? That's okay.
Well, it's higher than I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have been below 20%.
Right.
So 22% is like, it's not as like it should be higher. It's not as low as I thought it could have been, but it's that whole participation in society that you and I have always talk about. Like, we're not as likely to participate in healthcare. We're not as likely to participate in the census or vote or own homes or all those kind of things that you're really kind of familiar with the system to navigate it. Right. And even when you're familiar with the system, navigating it is still buying a home is not even when you know what you're doing.
Yes.
It is not an easy process.
It's very stressful. So I get that. But, people don't know you don't need like $50,000 to down a home. Your credit score doesn't even have to be that high, depending on what program you get on. So I think that scares a lot of people. Scares anybody trying to buy a home. So during that, what's going on in May, which I'll give you more details. It's getting resources, having PIs talk about how easy it is, PI realtors, PI lenders, PI lender who work in that field.
Well, a lot of PIs are in, they're in unions. They're in, and there's lending institutions that are specific to different unions.
Right.
But again, it's, there are Pacific Islanders that have some form of healthcare that don't use it because they don't know how to use it.
True.
They're not familiar with it. It seems like, I got to submit a bunch of paperwork. I got to make phone calls, do all those kind of participation things that aren't familiar.
You really but if you want a house, like the stress that like you have to dig for paperwork, you've got to get like 10 years ago who you work for. Like it's a lot of stressful work, but at the end, it's worth it.
It's worth it. So Nicole and I, the first time we went to go buy a house, went to the lender, the broker, and she ran our credit, and she gave us
homework.
She didn't laugh at us, but she gave us a big long list of, you need to get this off your credit, you need to get this off your credit, you need to clear this, you need to pay this off. It was.
But if you get a good person like that,
right,
that really gives you hope. You know,
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years of working to pay off debt that I had to pay off, ones that weren't mine. I had to send letters and follow up and visit offices and do all these. 2 years later, we went back in there with the actual list that she had. Everything was.
And she was still there.
And she was like, wow, most people don't
come back
because you walk out and you have these 22 things of like, well, I gotta pay this off. There's $2,200 that I got, all that kind of stuff. But unless you're familiar with like, what's the end result? Is it worth it for me to do this?
Yes.
It is. But it's it's one of those, I don't know how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. There you go.
You just got to take small steps.
Yeah. One bite at a time.
Elephants aren't sweet. So you can still eat and stay, true to Lent. You would be okay.
Yeah. No. So that I'm interested in just because it's true.
That's cool that you're going to be.
A
speaker for that.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Auntie, can you? And I was like, yeah, if you can't find anybody, then let me know. Yeah. And she's like, no, because you're the only, she didn't, nobody else PI works in their firm but her. And she doesn't want to do it.
I'm on at work. I'm on a BIPOC resource group. And so we meet, and it's Black History Month. Shout out.
BIPOC is?
Black Indigenous Person of Color.
Okay.
So we meet and talk about like upcoming heritage months, right? This is Black History Month. We had gone over like what 3 do we want to feature in a coloring book that we were going to have out there. So we had Sir Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, and Barack Obama. And it was a coloring, book. So we just talk about each of the things coming up. AA NHPI month is coming up, and
you're
they said
token person.
There is not another. Well, there's other Asians, but I'm the only Pacific Islander. They said, well, we're, obviously we're looking for both an internal speaker and an external speaker. And I was like, oh, I have an external speaker. And they're like, oh, really? And it's not like they were like, oh, that's cute. And I was like, yeah. So I know, there are only 5 people watching the show, so Dr. Samoa won't hear. I was like, oh, no, I've got the guy. But it's not free, right? So I'm telling them there is, it's not a free gig. I would need to figure out all those kind of things. So I don't know if it'll work out.
There's a fee to have Dr. Samoa.
There is.
We pay it every time he comes on FICA.
So I was like, oh yeah, Dr. Samoa, he's an endocrinologist at City of Hope. And when I said City of Hope, there you can see the sit up a little bit.
He's on the White House Initiative.
I saved that one for the end. I go, he's also, he's one of the lead council members for NAOPA, and I said, national organization. And they're like, oh, and I said, he's also on the President Biden's White House Initiative and they were like, oh, they literally like eyes got big, nodding their heads, and they're like, "Okay, can we talk to you after the meeting?"
Yeah.
So I've got to figure out, he ain't volunteering, and I wouldn't ask him to do it if it was going to be a volunteer thing. But
yeah, he can't volunteer for you, but he gonna volunteer for my company. You got to pay him, but me, no. No, thanks.
I love how we play that up to some groups. We're like, oh, we do know Dr. Samoa. You do? Do you think you could reach out to him? Do you have his contact information? We're like, well, you can go through us.
There's a finder's fee. Or like his booking manager. Right. Yeah. So anyway, that was that we went left field with that. But yeah, I went to breakfast with Dr. Samoa. He's doing fine.
Look at you dropping names.
He'll be
Dr.
back.
Samoa.
He'll be back to work soon. So yeah, that was Saturday, and then Saturday night, I thought there was fights like like MMA, but you didn't say anything. So then we had to watch the freaking WWE. What is that? Chamber.
Whoa.
Escape the chamber, and Roman Reigns and this other guy,
Like an escape room kind of thing?
Yeah, escape. I don't know, something. Anyway, it was a WWE. Is it WWE? WWE thing on Saturday that I was stuck watching, because I was trying to, be a good wife.
We had what was there? There was Zach Ponga fought.
Yes.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's right. I missed it.
He was on he's a light heavyweight, and he wanted into the UFC.
Nice.
And there wasn't a light heavyweight tournament, but there was a heavyweight tournament.
So he gained weight.
So he just said, well, I'll fight heavyweight then.
Yeah.
And made it to the finals.
Did he win?
He lost in the finals.
Oh.
But he impressed people enough because you have to win to get to the finals.
Uh-huh.
So through his performance on the show, he ended up getting a contract. He was actually the co-main on Saturday night.
Did he win?
He won.
Did he do a Siva?
I don't know if I didn't see the I didn't see the fight.
Bummer.
But
gotta do the Siva, dude. Gotta do the Siva. Anyway,
who was that? Justin, right?
Justin,
Tafa
yes,
did the Siva.
Did the Siva when he won. So that was a good one. Okay, so also on Saturday, was it Saturday? The NBA All-Star weekend happened in Utah. And so I was seeing, like there's half of my family lives over there. So they were posting like, oh, the streets are so busy. They had like where you can go take pictures and spaces to Elimination Chamber. My bad, Mo. The WWE Elimination Chamber is what we watched on Saturday.
Not only is he a driver, he's a fact checker.
Yeah, he's a fact checker. But NBA All-Star game happened this past weekend, and the most favorite event of the whole weekend is the slam dunk contest.
They have that 3-point contest. They got some kind of game where nobody plays defense, but everybody's waiting for the dunk contest.
Yeah, it's the slam dunk contest is the most popular event the whole weekend, and one day I'm going to go to that. But
that would have been a good one. Salt Lake.
I know, it's so close. Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. So those were the teams, East and West, played each other, and I think
nobody cares who won.
Yeah, nobody cares who won. If you do care, it was Team Giannis won. Like by 10 points. It was like 100 and something, 100 and I don't know.
60 something. Like there's no defense in those games. No defense.
So. 184 to 175.
That sounds about right.
No defense because you don't want to get hurt. Yeah, nobody wants to get hurt. They're just
playing. And then people want to see highlight dunks.
Yeah.
So don't get in their way.
But I love that guy Giannis. I'm not even going to attempt to say his last name. He's the Greek Freak. Mm-hmm. And there's this movie that I watched on him about him and his brothers called Rise, where how they started, where they came from, and the struggle that, took for him to get to the NBA. I love, love, love that movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's called Rise. And it's about his family.
Do you know what platform it's on? Is it on Netflix you get them all, so it's hard.
Yeah, I have a ghetto box, so I just pull up whatever. It is, and that's
by ghetto box. She means she pays a whole bunch of money for a whole bunch of different shows and platforms. So Mac McClung is a D-League player, but he's
lower than that. He's lower than that.
But he has created a following, and I credit the NBA because you want to know who got the best dunks, right? So I get you can't just grab somebody who's not in an organized league,
right?
But for them to put Mac McClung up there, very marginal if he's going to make a full NBA roster, right?
Right.
But to have him up there, I appreciate that. I tell the NBA, look, you're looking out for the fans. There's a really good video on YouTube. Look it up. It is Shaquille O'Neal picks Mac McClung.
Did he really?
So he's got his
because he has YouTube videos.
He's got his camera and he's following his phone and he's going around. He goes up to Mac McClung. He goes, "You're my guy. You're my pick. Just don't miss any dunks."
Yeah.
And Mac McClung's like, he's not overwhelmed by the moment. He's just like, "Yep, I got it." So Shaq is going around and asking people, "Who's your pick?" And somebody's like, somebody. I don't even know who they picked. And they're like, "Who you got?" And he's like, "I got the kid, Mac McClung. I got McClung." And they're like, "Nah." And he's like, and so he picked him from the beginning.
Yeah.
And man, he put on a show that had everybody like.
He was scoring 50 every time he went.
When you're eyeing other NBA players, where other NBA players are like, holy ish.
It was really good.
And they were creative, new stuff.
Yeah.
Like we saw new kind of things. It was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. A couple of guys went twice to try to get there. This kid was like once and done.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is, that is an incredible.
Yeah. He's pretty badass.
And I like the winning dunk that he took.
Yeah.
That he made. He put his high school jersey on to rep his high school.
Oh.
And so when you look at I don't know if it's a 720 dunk or it's more than a 360 dunk, that his last dunk when he lands, he gives that's it. It's over.
Yeah.
I've
seen that.
Yeah. He's wearing his high school jersey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Shout
That's
out
so
to his high school. So just being real and fresh and authentic.
Right.
Like, like Dwight Howard would put a cape on, and some people would put.
I actually remember that.
The blindfolds on, or what was it? Blake Griffin jumped over a car. Not a lot of props. I mean, he had one where there's two people holding the ball up, but it wasn't like crazy, over the top kind of stuff. That's his high school jersey. What you're seeing right there is his high school jersey.
So cool. The video of him doing his dunks is up on the screen. But he was like right before he came on, he was signed by the 76ers. So it's like,
I think you have to be in a league to be in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
So he had to be under contract.
Yeah.
He had to be under contract.
Very fishy there.
But good for the NBA.
Good for the NBA.
Find a way to get him on, get him on the court. And, I don't think anybody was sad to lose to him that night because he was on fire.
He was on fire. So congratulations to Matthew Mac McClung. There you go. Good job. And then what else happened?
The American Idol.
So here gone crazy.
Just, broke the internet, made some eyes sweat. As Brother Soma would say, those eyes were sweating of the judges on American Idol.
Right.
Because this Tongan kid,
William Thomey, yes.
And there's another example of like we talked about with Mac McClung, just seemed genuine, authentic. Like this kid got up there and they just, ask him a few questions and immediately, the story came out and it came out organically. It wasn't like it was canned or anything. Yeah. Like you just felt like he was talking and all of a sudden he not tripped in a bad way, but came across a really sensitive point to him. So are we going to show the video or are we going to talk through it?
I don't know. There he goes. Over your forehead. So Daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Oh. Don't be afraid. Look at Lionel Richie crying. It's my turn to chase the monsters away. Can't hardly see emotion on his face though from all that surgery. A last word can feel my hand on your own. Oh, 'cause I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye.
No need to forget. No need to forget.
Oh.
I know your
All three judges
mistakes
tearing up.
and you know
Yeah.
mine.
It's a great
While
video.
you're sleeping, I try to make you proud. So, Daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my turn to chase the monsters away.
Oh,
They couldn't even finish the
yeah,
song.
he couldn't even finish the song, but he did such a great job.
So in the
He's
intro, when he's
going
talking to the
to-
judges, it comes out that his father had recently passed
Yeah.
away, and then I think they were trying to actually trying to smooth it over a little bit, and they said, "Well, who got you into music?" It was his dad.
Yeah.
That didn't smooth that.
Yeah.
The feelings are still out there, and then he went straight into the song, and I was like, "How's he going to sing that song?" And
he did a great job.
barely got. I mean, he got to the end
Yeah,
before
he's so
he broke.
strong.
But truly I mean, when you see that, it's millions of views.
Right. 6.8 million views on his Instagram page. On his Instagram page alone, 6.8 million views. And I know we shared it earlier in the week, and everyone
so
shared
6.8 million and 2 views if we shared it.
Yeah. 50. But yeah, everyone was sharing this because it was so touching, and he did such a great job. So I can't wait to see how far he gets. And so we're gonna ask you to vote. That's all. Vote.
From
Kahuku. There you go.
Now lives in the Seattle Pacific Northwest.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
It's freezing there, and he's in flip-flops, of course. We're in flip-flops. But he did a great job. So good job, William Thongi. We can't wait to see all the amazing, how far he gets. You just got to vote, people. Got to vote.
That is straight up Polly walking onto the stage.
Yeah.
Flip-flops and a guitar.
Awesome.
That's what I'm coming with.
Good job. What else do we have?
We went to see a movie.
Oh, Avatar.
We went to see a movie. And so the first thing we do is we ask Naki how was the popcorn at the movie.
It was good. I can't remember. It was a while, but
It wasn't bad then, because if it's bad, Naki will say it's
yeah.
horrible. So it must have been okay.
Yeah, it was good. I have a little popcorn with my butter.
So Avatar, this is the sequel, right? This is the second one,
Right.
The Way of Water.
Directed by James Cameron.
It's a good flick.
Yeah.
And hey, this has been out for a long time, so I'm not giving spoiler alerts. We're going to talk about the movie. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to know things about it, I don't even know that we're going to give away the ending, but we're going to talk about it, especially from a Pacific Islander perspective. So as you kind of look at the pictures as they're going through, you can see they end up on an island. They end up with island people, and it's based on the Maori people in New Zealand. There's the moko, or the tattoo that the Maori women have. There's a haka, so there's different pieces of the Maori culture in the movie. And not surprisingly, there is questions of is this cultural appropriation? There they are on the water with torches. I love it. One of the first things that not first things, but we both looked at each other is when they brought out the mats. Yeah. Remember? Oh, yeah. They brought out the mats, and we were both like, ooh
fella. I wonder where they got them from.
Yeah, legit. Like those, where did those come from?
Right.
So it has the Maori tattoos, clearly based on Polynesian culture, and specifically in New Zealand.
Right. Right.
So, Naki, what do you think? Is this acceptable? Is it? It doesn't seem.
Oh my God.
I mean, but James Cameron is not. He's not trying to be subtle at all. Like, he's talking about colonization, and it's clear.
Definitely.
That's. I mean,
he's talking
he
about
means to.
Definitely talking about colonization. Definitely Polynesian influence, which I think there was a lot of Pacific Islanders working on the film. actors were in there.
Cliff Curtis was the chief.
Oh, well, there you go.
From the Cliff Curtis, the
Once for Warriors.
Maori, Once for Warriors.
Yes. So he
Training
was
Day.
in there. I can't remember. I mean, there was just a lot of PI influence, and a lot of PIs worked on this film. I thought it was good. Hey, it was for my entertainment. I was entertained.
That's how I felt. I went there to be entertained.
And I was entertained.
I'm flattered that Pacific Islander Islander culture is in movies like what was the Waititi, the Maori director.
Yes.
What do we see? The Hulk and an EA? I mean,
we're slowly getting in there. Our influences, and I'm not mad at it. I love to see it on the big screen. It done right. You know what I mean? They're not, I don't know. I enjoyed the film. It was for me to go and be entertained. And that's exactly what happened. I was entertained.
I saw some people were upset about, I saw a Maori guy was upset about and there's a name for it, but where you're doing the haka and you stick the tongue, the face that you make. There's a name for that, but he was upset that it was, I wasn't really getting where I mean, I get at this culture. Literally, he's Maori, and that's a Maori culture, right? But he was upset that there wasn't enough context to it. But they were doing a war dance, it was so. But there are feelings on both sides. I read an article. I'm reading an article right now. There's a Maori academic, so it's a academia. So he is kind of an authority on the culture. Hamuera Kahi stated he was concerned about how these traditions would be perceived by Western audiences, though he also stated he didn't believe it was appropriation. He also said he had confidence in actor Cliff Curtis, who portrays Metkaina, Chief Tonawari. According to Kahi, I didn't know this, Curtis is a kapahaka performer who's competed at regional competitions with, I'm going to mess this up, Te Pikikotoku o Ngati Rongamai. So it's like it's a dance that would be a dance competition. Okay. And so he's like in they call it a wanao. So he's obviously in the culture, and he's part of it. So I would hope that he's, I don't know, somewhat of a steward of, the culture while they're filming it. But I didn't take offense to it. But then again, I'm probably not the best to have an opinion on that because I'm going there to be entertained. And unless there's something, really outlandish that's trying to be offensive or is just obviously offensive, I'm probably gonna, go to be entertained, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but that's what I go to the movies for.
Yeah, me too. I didn't see anything offensive to me, in my opinion. It was a good film, and I watched it in 3D, so it was super good. Like the fishes were right in, like literally, swimming past my eyeballs. They were like right here, so the 3D was really good.
3D's come a long ways. Remember 3D when we were kids?
Yeah, it's bad,
blurry.
But the ocean, being like the 3D scenes with the ocean was beautiful, just beautiful. They did a great job with the.
There was parts where you're like the shot would be you're looking at something, and then in the movie it was like somebody walked between your view and the shot, and I thought somebody walked in front of us in the theater. I was like, what?
And there was somebody walking in front of you.
Yeah, it was the effects are again super. Just really good. Technology moves ahead,
it's
and
really good.
It was
think
amazing.
That's why I was impressed and entertained, was just the graphics, and is it art that their makeup and everything, and it was
it's CG. A lot of it is but it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good that
they
it's
did
hard
a really
to tell.
Good job.
Zoe
Zoe Saldana was the mother of the movie. and then Sam Worthington played her husband. So I liked it. I'll have to go back and watch the first Avatar. But this one, you don't have to watch the first one. It'll catch you up to what
I guess there
happened.
were pieces of Maori culture. The haka was done in the original one. They cut it out.
Oh, really?
So yeah, there was. So James Cameron has been working on, like, he's studied. I don't know to what extent, but he studied like the language and tried to learn something about the culture.
All right, James. Yeah. So I was entertained. I loved it. No big problem with me. Like, okay.
But we're not Maori,
Yeah.
and so
That's right.
If,
so I can't.
It's hard for me to, as a Pacific Islander or Polynesian, I wasn't. But again, that's not specifically our culture,
right?
And I'm sure there are Maori people that are upset by it. But I am happy to hear that Cliff Curtis. I didn't recognize that during the movie.
Yeah, it's hard to tell who's playing who. Like, what's her name? Kate Winslet was one of the daughters. Like, I don't know if she was playing the voice or if she was one of the. So I couldn't see who was playing what. I barely recognized Zoe Saldana, and only because her voice I could hear her voice. But the other people
she's a badass.
Yeah, she's a badass. She's a badass. So if you haven't seen it, go check it. I think it's still in the theater.
Should be, I would think.
I think it's still in the theater. So that's crazy to me. Like I think it made like billions of dollars, and it made more than it cost to make. So he's
oh yeah, those had to happen.
Good job.
Blockbusters. If you look at like, and a lot of times I will do that of like, I'm not sure if I want to see that because of the topic or whatever. I'm not really that interested.
Yeah.
But if James Cameron did it or Steven Spielberg or somebody, it's like, they got all the bells and whistles.
Right.
Even if like the storyline isn't the best, or the most interesting to me, I'm probably still gonna be entertained. That's what I go for.
Yes. So. Good job, James Cameron. I thought everybody else did a good job. Dr. Faleava is on. Good job this afternoon.
Good job, Doc.
Dr. Faleava, if you're just tuning in, we were talking about what a great job you did this afternoon. And if you can put in the chat what that thing was you were on today. I know it's every month. Facilitated by Mona Uli. American Samoa Alliance is where it was live on Facebook. So anyway, we have community announcements. So we have who else is
Afakasi, the artist, the journey. What is it called? What is
Afakasi, the artist? It's Traversing Worlds.
Oh, Traversing Worlds.
Our Lives in the Absence of Justice. She is a Bay Area artist. It's happening tomorrow night at the Bayview Opera House, Ruth Williams Memorial in San Francisco at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is a free event with art. There'll be a short film and a fashion show put on.
Again, that's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night.
In the Bayview.
In the Bayview, San Francisco, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or whatever that PST stands for. So 6 to 8 p.m. Get there, be on time. It's going to be crowded because she's a great artist from the Bay Area. So go check that out.
Psst.
Huh?
Psst.
What? Oh,
PST.
Pie Fest, which is Pacific Islander fun.
Pacific Islanders.
Oh, damn it. You know what? This pisses me off.
I know it's STEM.
It's STEM. What is STEM?
Science, technology, engineering, and mechanics? I'm not sure.
Pacific Islanders encouraging fun, engineering, science, and technology. Their annual STEM Fest is March 11th. Please register at wearepifest.org. You need to register in order to participate. They have a limit. Last year they went way over and then had to stop accepting registrations. So you need to register at wearepifest.org.
I think the first week they were half full, right?
Yes, they were half. They were already. Oh yeah, that was a week
And
ago.
that was a week ago.
A week and a
they
half
were
ago.
halfway there.
Yes. So
check in now. Hopefully there are, but that's going to fill up, and it's the same. It's going to be more crowded than last year because it's the second annual, and they were sold out, overpacked, turning people away at the doors last time. So same thing's going to happen this time. Don't be one of the ones turned away.
Don't be turned away. Matt and Lola do a great job. This is their second year. Go register before it's too late.
What a great service that they're doing for the community, because
yes, they are.
I remember, and I always tell this story, but I remember being in, remember we were in Utah and we were, was it Iconic? Who were we? Iconic Radio. And we were talking to him and he was like, no, I don't understand why more Polynesians don't get into STEM because we're really good.
And that was a while ago.
This was 18 I think it was 2018 or 19.
Many moons ago.
It was pre-COVID. I mean, we'll say that. It was pre-COVID. But when he was saying that, it made sense. Like, why aren't more of us? And then now that like a group like PieFest comes out and is like, yeah, we're going to talk to that gap. Like, why isn't there enough kids into those things? So fantastic things they're doing. And that's an organization that had legs from day one.
Yeah. So go follow We Are PieFest on Instagram, Facebook, and go register. All My Usos blood drive is happening.
You can't give blood.
I cannot give blood.
Neither can I. Our blood's no good.
Our blood is no good. All My Usos blood drive is Saturday, April 8th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 2055 Sunnydale Avenue in San Francisco. Please schedule an appointment or contact Christine Mawia at christine@allmyusos.org. I've been posting the flyer. So go follow them on Instagram and Facebook, All My Usos, and then register or schedule your appointment for All My Usos blood drive, which is happening Saturday, April 8th. You have plenty of time. I cannot give blood. And Carl can't give blood, but I volunteer Mo every year. And me and Christine crack up because we show up to do interviews. And I go, oh, Mo will give blood. Mo will give blood. And so Mo's filling out the paper and he's in there in the mobile unit, Stanford blood drive, the Stanford blood people that come. And while he's in there giving his life away, I'm inside eating snacks. And you get snacks after you're done giving blood. You also get a free T-shirt. Which
you should probably just give blood, even though they're not going to use it.
No,
just
I'll
give
pass
blood
out. I'll pass out
because your husband is.
No, they'll decline my blood. And so Mo gives blood. He's so good. And then, by the time he comes out, I've already eaten snacks for the both of us. So he's a good sport. And so Christine always laughs because I volunteer Mo. I volunteer Mo. So it's a great event. You help save lives by donating blood. There's a blood shortage. And so by donating, you help save many people's lives. So All My Usos blood drive, go check them out. Go follow them on Instagram. That's what we talking about. That's what we do. Stag Elite. Okay. Stag Elite crab feed.
Ooh, crab.
I know.
Nice.
I already asked Cora for tickets. Friday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. It's $75. They're raising money. This is a nonprofit organization that has, that develops, helping young student athletes develop grit necessary both mentally and physically, and they're having a crab feed. So I'll be there. They're having a crab feed at the State Room in South City. If you know where that is, it's at the corner of Grand and Linden. I am a South City person, so I know exactly
You know right where that is.
is.
You don't need directions to get
I don't
there.
need directions. So yeah, $75. That's a bargain. Like everything is so expensive, but it's all you can eat crab. And when I go to crab feeds, me and Mogo, we have like our little melted butter. What is that thing?
Clarified.
Yeah,
Clarified
and then
butter.
it melts the butter. We have our own garlic. Mo brings coconut milk and onions like falifu. I know.
You guys
has
come armed.
Yes, we don't play when we go to crab feeds. So we have our little bag with our butter, our garlic butter, and a warmer that warms up our butter. And then Mo brings his coconut milk and onions, his falifu. So we dip the crab in there. We don't mess with the spaghetti. We don't mess with the bread. You ain't trying to fill us up, child. We know what we doing.
What about the beer? Beer will fill you up.
Beer? Well, yeah.
Green beer. St. Patrick's Day. It might be green beer with crab.
Yeah. It might be, but yeah. So yeah, we don't play, but if you want some of my butter and stuff, you better come sit next to me and Mo, because we always have like our good stuff. Because people just come and show up and then they eat that. No, not us. We prepared. We got melted butter with garlic. We have Parmesan. We have our falifu.
You bring your crackers.
We bring our cracker. We don't wear nice clothes because we gonna jack it up with our crabs. So
gonna get gritty in here.
Yeah. So I love crab feeds. So Stag Elite, their crab feed is happening March 17th. Is it March 17th?
Yep, March 17th.
March 17th. In South San Francisco. Get a hold of Stag Elite by following them on Instagram or Facebook. Message them. It's Cora. Yeah, just message them. But $75, what a bargain. And they're fundraising for the kids. They're actually at City College Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then they're at City College, same location from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for weightlifting and conditioning. So sign up for all their 2023 events that's coming up. How about that?
How about that?
And then we have Fangongo's casting call. So Fangongo Samoa is having their casting call and it's out now. If you are an actor or an actress, contact Fanga and Epi at Samoan Solutions on Instagram and Facebook, and they will get you in touch. Now, they say they'll be open to all ages. It's a voluntary participation. So you have to, you're going to volunteer your time, folks. Experience is preferred, but not required. Auditions for certain roles will be in place. Weekend practices will be mandatory for all cast members. So if you're interested, please contact Samoan Solutions on Instagram or Facebook. I love, love, love that picture. Again, it's a voluntary participation. It's a play put on by the community, and they do a great job every year. So I'm looking forward to Fangongo Samoa. Support your entrepreneurs, your business. Shop Pacifica. That's what we do. Also, Big Purr is hiring, so go follow Big Purr on Instagram.
Purr stands for
Pacifica Urban Roots. It's a Pacifica organization, and they are currently hiring. So please go follow them on Instagram. Go apply. I believe they're looking for a mental health clinician. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it.
They're hiring though.
They're hiring.
They got jobs.
Go follow them. So they're hiring. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff that's happening in the community. There's Ekolu is going to be playing in San Jose. We'll have the flyer and more information. So stay tuned. We're going to give you everything. I think that's everything.
Let's see. So we are, what is today? The 23rd. Mm-hmm. We are, 5 days away from the end of Black History Month.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
We got a little Stop the Hate shout out here. As we close out Black History Month, we're going to be entering Women's Heritage Month in the month of March. And then Pacific Islander Month is right around the corner in May.
Mhm.
So, a moment, let's think about what Black History Month means as we round down the month of February.
Yes.
Black History Month's first iteration was Negro History Week, created in February 1926. This has been happening since 1926
1926. Damn.
by Carter G. Woodson, known as the father of Black history. This historian helped establish the field of African American studies, and his organization, the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, aimed to encourage people of all ethnic and social backgrounds to discuss the Black experience. And his quote that I'm going to leave this segment with is, "Those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of biography and history."
Nice.
So understanding your history, especially when you weren't able to write it
Yes.
in a way that's being memorized or
Right.
is being able to be, read and recorded. If you don't have that, you definitely need to hold on to what you have and those that came before us.
Awesome. And by the way, the event, because I said I would try to get it to you, that's happening monthly with American Samoa Alliance with Mona Uli is, I just had it. Ty just wrote it.
Thank you, Dr. Ty.
Yes, it's Soa Laupule. So that's happening monthly. Go check out American Samoa Alliance page and catch their webinars that are happening monthly. Yes, monthly.
Big panel of superstars like Dr. Faleau.
Superstars were on there today. So and they recorded it so you can watch it if you missed it today.
On
so
their
there
page.
you go. On their page. So we are here every Thursday. Come check us out. Come back to FICA and we'll see you next week.
Love y'all.